Hello, hi guys, welcome back to another Thrifty Thursday. I'm Amber. If you're new, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. Thrifty Thursday is where we use fun stuff that we found at thrift stores to make something cool. So I have some really fun things that I got at our local, it's called the Crowded Closet. I got some fun vintage buttons. Some more colors of the tape and lace. Found this little paper pack. It's completely closed, so I have no idea how much is in here, but it looks like most of it. Found some focal points. I kind of have trouble finding focal points, so I found these bird cards. So I figured we could fussy cut some of those and make those as focal points. Got some new sheet music. Just running low on that. And here's what I'm also very excited about. We're always running low. I don't have a lot of paper. So I found like 22 sheets of really cool paper that we can use. So let's pick something as a base. I want something pretty sturdy. Let's separate out the heavier duty ones from the lighter. Oops, I'm making a mess already. That's heavy duty, that's light. Let's see, I could have done this beforehand, but you know, how come? Why? Let's just do it together, why not? A couple of light. All right, so I don't have a whole lot of plan for today other than to get in and play fun stuff. That's light. That's light. That's not. Light, heavy. I don't do a lot with like glittery stuff, but they had this, and how could I pass that up? It's so pretty. I don't think we want to do glitter today. And check this out. How's that for cool fussy cuts, right? We got flowers, flowers and birds. Super cool. All right, now let's pick a page to start. We could go light colored. Oh, that's got a neat embossing on it. Didn't even notice that. That's pretty. Let's see, how about we use this? Let's just decide that we're going to use this. Now what are we going to make? How about, I was thinking we make tags and we designate them as journals, right? Or for journals, but they don't have to be. A tag could be a greeting card. It could be, greeting cards don't have to fold. You could write on the back, right? So let's just make like a cute tag or something, or a greeting card. You could write on that, right? You could put your message on there. Let's see. Do we want to size it to some type of envelope? I'm looking at the envelopes I got. What if we made it so it could fit in an envelope like this size? Looks like if we cut it about in half. That's probably a relatively standard. Envelopes come in every size. What are we worried about? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. How about right about there? We don't need to be fussy. Okay. There's our base. Or this was our base. I don't know. Look, I just said we don't need to be fussy, but here I am being fussy. Oops, pumping lamps. Oh my gosh, maybe I just need more coffee. Cheers. All right. Look at this pretty trim. Excited to use that. I don't know, maybe we'll go weird color combination. I thought the buttons might be cool to kind of stack and make like little flowers. Let's pick our focal point first. Sometimes we do that at the end. And, oh look, here's what we should do. I've got, oh, silly me. In this package right here where we're going to use the cards, we've got the envelopes. Let's just make it to fit in this envelope. We'll just trim it down just a touch. Let's make it to fit in the envelope. Some days, my brain doesn't work very fast. Sometimes it gets where it needs to go. Other times it does not. All right, so there we go. We'll have a card and the envelope to go with it. And room to do, the room to do whatever we want. Any extra stuff. Oh, isn't she cute? What do we got? Oh, duck. That's pretty. Let's see what else we got. We might want to go some sort of weird eclectic color combination that makes no sense, because that would be fun. We don't usually do that. We usually kind of get in a theme and stay there, which is fine, totally fine. But this might also be fun. Let's see. A couple of dupes in there. I'm kind of leaning, for the sake of being all over the place with this guy, I'm going to keep these baggies so that we can keep our stuff together. Let's see. All right, that's a pretty owl. And another duck. You know, something like this, you could just add to it and embellish around it. Maybe we'll do that for 15-minute Friday tomorrow. Whoops. We'll keep that in our ideas. Another duck. And these guys. I think let's go with the blue. Let's go with the blue bird. I'm attempting to keep my desk in some semblance of order because, well, just because it's usually a mess. All right, let's set these up here and keep this in the front so that we can have that in our memory for tomorrow. And let's do some fussy cutting of this bird. I think what I want to do is go in through here. This is going to work really nice because we can salvage the whole other bird. We don't have to lose anything. That's always a bonus. And we don't want to get rid of this either because this is a perfect base for something else, right? So let's set him aside. I like my big scissors. Can I do it with the small ones? Let me see how sharp they're going to be on this, and maybe we can give it a try. If I was smart, I would just go buy the Tim Holtz good scissors. These are not great, but let's see. Let's try down here. No, I don't like it. It bends the corner or the underside. All right, back to fussy cutting with the giant scissors. They just work so much better. And our fussy cuts don't have to be perfect because we're gonna ink around the edges. But we want some semblance of, in fact, since we're gonna be inking around the edges, maybe we don't need to get super, super, super fussy with our fussy cuts. Maybe we can just do a general fussy cut. It will go a little quicker that way for sure. Trick to fussy cutting is to hold your scissors generally straight and move your paper. So much easier and smoother than trying to change your direction of your scissors. Remember when I said we weren't going to get super fussy? Well, look what I'm doing. Need to stop it. Just cut it out quickly. But not too quick, because we don't want to cut his face off. Faceless birds are never good for our art. Although if you accidentally cut his face off, all you gotta do is glue it back. So the nice thing about this kind of art is there's very little you can't fix. And if you can't fix it, you cover it up. If I was smart, I would just order a pair of those little scissors. I don't know what it is about me though. I will spend weeks trying to find somewhere nearby that has it so I can go pick it up, because I want it fast, right? I want it right when I want it. But I'll spend weeks doing it. When if I would just order the stupid thing online, it would be here the next day. But instead, a month will go by. Oh, I don't have anywhere close enough to go get it picked up. Seriously. Why are you being so weird? I'm focusing. It's kind of hard to talk and fussy cut at the same time. And it's kind of mesmerizing, the sound, I guess. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there, guys. Almost there. Ooh, almost cut that leaf off. After all that, please don't cut the leaf off. Okay, there we go. Ooh, I like the different colors. Oh, that's pretty. And it also means if we go random weird colors, we can put whatever we want on there. Whatever we want. Oh, it's gonna be a good morning, guys. It's gonna be a good morning. But I gotta keep having coffee. Okay. All right. What else do we want on there? Let's go ahead and ink him up. What do we want? How about vintage photo? Because look, this brown in here is really pretty. So where's my dauber that has my vintage photo? That's my black. I did find, I need to just throw the other, I'm gonna, see this guy? Disgusting. That's the very first one I had. I keep putting it back. I'm throwing it away. We have a new one. We need to just use the new one. It's such a pretty brown. So we're gonna go around and ink the edges. And what we're doing, one, we're vintaging him up a little bit on the edge. We're also getting rid of the kind of white core to the paper. So when you set it down, it's gonna blend. It looks like it's meant to be there. It doesn't look like you just cut something out and slapped it down. If you don't have ink, you don't have to. You don't have to ink. It's just something that some people like to ink and some people don't. I like to ink, and that is why. I think it adds depth and character. Now, the ink that I'm using, I'm going to try to be better about explaining what I've got here and what I'm doing. Ink that I'm using is archival ink. It's the same colors, vintage photo and whatnot, ground espresso, the same colors that come in the Distress Inks and Distress Oxides that Tim Holtz does for Ranger. The difference with these is these are not water reactive. These are permanent. So if you're going to be using a wet media, if you're going to go over it with matte medium or anything and you don't want it to spread, that's a perfectly acceptable word to use. That's what you want to do. This foam dauber. If you don't have these, before I purchased these, I just used makeup sponges, and not the expensive ones you get at the store. I got a thing from like a 4-pack from Temu that was really inexpensive, like a couple of bucks. So that's what I used. You can also get these brushes from the dollar store. So Dollar Tree usually has these. Those are, you know, $1.25. Those work good. But we're just like to get that depth. I'm gonna go ahead and ink around the edges as well. I think we want to round our corners though. I want a medium round. If you don't have a corner rounder, just use your scissors. Or, I know a lot of people like to make templates out of like a credit card or anything sturdy really. You get the shape that you really want and then use that to trace and then cut it out. Or just hold it there and cut it to match. Lots of ways to, lots of alternatives that you can use when doing this. So you can still create. You don't have to have a whole bunch of stuff to be able to make really cool things. I'm going to go ahead and ink the back as well. If you can find double-sided paper, that's cool because you got cool stuff on the back. This one even comes with speckles on it. I love it. If your page is white on the back and you want it to look like something else, you know, glue a couple pieces together. Or use your ink and just kind of dirty it up, make it look a little bit more vintage, and that will get you a great great result there. I've got my, I do love my distressing stamps. They're splatters and splotches, but I did not get those at a thrift store, so I tried my best not to use those on Thrifty Thursday, because that is not the point. The one caveat to Thrifty Thursday is we can use tools that we've bought at the store. We have to have our tools. We just simply do. Okay. Bird. There's our bird. I think he needs some music behind him because birds like to sing songs. So let's grab, I don't think we need a whole lot, just a little. Maybe just a swoop here. We're not going to overthink it. We're just going to grab a page. Not even a whole page. Just a little bit of something. Oh, and I love it when it rips like that. All right, we're going to put a little behind him, but that's too much plain. So I'm just going to snip this off. I want to keep all these great numbers. And I'm going to stick him, how about right there? Let's ink that guy up. And when the paper rips, you can usually create something like this if you, depending on how much of an angle you tear it at. I'm not going to be able to explain that. I don't know. But I like the effect. Gives that nice burnt edge, kind of. And dirty them up here. And yeah, we're going to cover over where we inked on the side, but that's okay. We've inked here, and we can ink more if we want to. Now, this is really thin paper, so I'm going to use glue stick for this. Let's get our glue book out. I had never heard of the not never. It took me, it was a long time before I heard of the concept of the glue book, and it's fabulous. So you just take a book, this that you're not going to use every page in, and you use it to spread your glue. And then if you want to keep gluing and it's still wet, you turn the page. It's like one of those like, oh, duh moments, right? But your pages grow, oh my God, dry pretty quickly anyway, so that's okay. All right. I think we still, do we need more? I want him to stand out even more. That blends a little bit much into right down here. So what can we do that will give us a little more contrast? Where's that little strip that I just cut off? Come here, strip. Come here, strippy. Will that do it? Not really. Let's see. What else do we have? I don't want to take out, I don't want to rip a big, a whole big sheet that we could use for something else. I found these cute little trees. Maybe we could put some trees on there. Found these little rub-ons. Let's see. Let me see. What might we have? Where did I put the thrifty ones? And do I have any darks? I've got some red. Let's see what that might be like, or a pattern. All right, I'm grabbing two. Oh, I don't want to rip that. That one's thick. What about this? We could put a bit of a pattern behind. Oh, it blends into the pattern too. Gosh darn it. All right. Well, you know, here's the thing. Sometimes that's what happens. It takes a while to figure out exactly what you want to do. And I think this is exactly what we want to do. Yep. That is it. Let's tear a little. I want that edge, I think. Well, here's what we're going to do. I didn't tear it in the direction that's going to give me that edge I want. I want that edge. So we're just going to tear it down a little more. And yeah, I just totally split a big, nice, thick 12 by 12. But we want to use it, so it's fine. How much do we want? Not a lot, I don't think. Let's go like this. And I don't mind having some straight lines and some crooked lines. If you only like crooked lines, hey, you go for it. I do want that straight on the edge though. All right, let's see. Yeah, I think that's what we want. Although if we move it over a little bit, I might be kind of overthinking, because this white flower is still a little bit, oh, I know what we'll do. I know what we'll do. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. All right. Let's get this down first. Now, this is a heavier paper. I'm going to do glue stick plus. So I'm going to put my glue stick. Glue this guy. And I'm going to add a little bit of liquid glue as well, just to give it a little extra hold. Not a ton. Just enough. If you don't like to get your hands dirty, this is a good time to use tweezers. All right, there we go. It's not even exactly straight. The glue stick does give you a little bit of wiggle room to straighten things out. Art glitter glue, not so much. All right, so there is that. And now I'm gonna go right over here and grab, oh no, where'd I put them? Oh, there they are. Colored pencils. That also came from the thrift store. So, let's see. So when we get done, we are gonna shade underneath with maybe that and maybe even a little bit of kind of plum color. Okay. So that's how we're gonna make that white flower stand out. We're gonna shade behind it. That will be just fine. Okay. Now, what else do we want? Do we want some trees? I love these trees. Let's see what some trees might look like. Are they stickers? Oh, they're stickers. I thought they were rub-ons. Oh, come on now. Please open. Oh my God. This must be kind of old. Does it have a date on it? 2003. No wonder it's hard to open. Whoops. He's been hanging out in his package for a bit. I do like those. Shall we put some trees behind, or is that going to be too much? That might be too much. Okay. See, this is what you do when you're crafting. Don't get, I guess that's one of my biggest pieces of advice would be, don't get stuck in your head what you absolutely have to use on any given project. If you come to it, time to use it, and it doesn't feel right. I know that sounds so goofy and whatever, woo-woo, but it's true. Do we want to put a little, let's put a little piece of this on. This is a piece of linen that I got. Ow, I pinched myself. I don't think I cut myself. Nope, I just pinched myself. Well, that's embarrassing. What are you, new with scissors? I got this at a thrift store. It was just a piece of a tablecloth, or I think it was a big table. No, napkin, placemat, something. But yeah, I'm cutting it up and ruining it, but that's okay. I don't care. I don't care. 'Tis okay. How about we add just a little bit of something to the edges so it's not quite so clean. You can ink on almost anything with this. If it's porous, that's what I'll say. You can ink on porous stuff. Sometimes you can ink on non-porous stuff, but you usually need to let it dry for a bit, just to make sure. And then sometimes it does wipe off. So just use caution. Use caution. Now, if I put it there, we're not going to be able to shade around our flowers. But if we put it down a little bit, then we still will. I hope I haven't been putting my head in the thing the whole time. I'm usually good about not doing that, but all right, I like that here. I'm going to use, and we're covering up all our cute edge, but that's okay. I'm not going to get married to any particular part of this, and we're just going to let it go where it goes. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Now, I guess we didn't end up going too super crazy with the colors, did we? Let's pull out. Do Do we want berry? Let's plug up our glue for a moment while we're waiting. I got some new, that's too big. I don't want a giant piece. That's too wide. That's too wide. All right, well here, we're gonna cut it down. Cut down our choices. That twill tape's too close. Brown or berry? Let's check the brown. Just want to put a little something on there. Could go all the way around it, or you can just go on the front, either. Let's take a look at this and see how it looks. We could leave it folded, or we can go, if our fingers will work. Hello. I like that. And I think just across the front. This is not something you can rip, so let's just trim that. But we can leave it hanging over the edges. That looks kind of nice, right? But let's not cover all of our little linen. So let's go in the middle of that. Sometimes art glitter glue is tough with the lace, so we can use 3-in-1 if we want, but I'm going to give this a try because the 3-in-1 is so messy. It's messy for me because my bottle's almost empty, and so it squishes out everywhere when I use it. It gets that back pressure from the air in the bottom. Not perfectly straight, and we don't care. It's just on because it's, whoops, it is stuck to my finger, and that we don't want. I have to give that a moment to dry. Let's let that dry for a few minutes, and then I will come right back to you. Okay, I got to thinking, you know what, while we let that dry, we can work on making our little flower for our corner. So let's set this aside, and let's pull out our thrifted button options. I think, is that it? Nope, there's this one too. All right, so I want to layer it. How cool are these buttons? We could do, we'll do one of these for, oh man, one of these for the background. And I'll take that off in a minute. Do we want green? Do we want pink? Let's just pick green because that'll be cute. We got green. And we're just gonna layer those two up. I'm gonna see, what's my, this is probably a bad, where'd my knife go? Oh, there it is. This is probably the worst idea for how to do this. So don't do it this way. I'm gently working it up. Probably the smarter way to do that. Where'd my pokey tool go? Oh, did I hang it up? Oh my God, I put it where it belongs. Goodness. That doesn't happen very often. Ask my dad. Drives him crazy. I never put anything back. And then it's time to find it when you need it. Oh, Lord. Oops. That's always a rough time. Yeah, use your pokey tool. Don't use a knife. Be smart. Than I am. Okay. Come on now. All right, so those are out. Now, we need a needle. Not the big needles, we need a little needle. Oh, do I even have little needles? Well, will these fit through the hole? That's the question. I know I have little needles somewhere. They fit through that hole, and it fits through that hole, so that is good enough. Now, embroidery floss. I know I got some down in here somewhere. We just gotta dig it out. Where are you? I don't even care what color. I just want something. Where are you? Oh my goodness. Hello. Hello. I know I popped it in here. It's in my lace bin. Oh, I see some of it. There's some. Good enough. That'll work. Not this. Okay. Getting stuff all over the floor. That's okay. We got business to do here. So, I'm going to use the needle threader because I'm not going to fight with it. So, let's get this going. Be smart. Do it the right way. Needle first. If you don't want it this thick, you can always take it, pull them apart. Now, what if we tried to cut some semblance of a flower shape? Let's see if we can. Petal. Petal. I probably should have cut it in a circle first. All right, don't be goofy here. Let's stop. All right, we're gonna go petal, petal. Doesn't need to be perfect because it doesn't. Just getting general shape of some petals. And let's see what this does. It may just fray to bits and not at all be what we want, but we're gonna try. And it's so lightly drawn on there, I don't think you're gonna see it. And if you do, that's okay too, because this is grungy and messy. And we do not do perfect here. And imperfection adds to the charm, I think. Let's fray him out a little bit and see if he's not cute. I think it will work. Let's see. We might need to fray it out a lot so it doesn't look too precise. Pick and pull and pull and pick and pick. Just keep going. I don't want to come off. Come on. Can I pull any towards the middle? Probably not. Come on, more fraying. More fraying. Please, please, please. Come on, man, you're making me look bad. All right, we're getting somewhere now. That is more what I was thinking. This guy and then this guy. Yep, let's do it. A little bit of ink. Mess him up a little bit. Where we live, there's no completely clean white fabric, right? I know I'm cutting off way more than I need, but that's okay. So I'm gonna go like this. Let's pop this guy on. Hold my tail. Did I get back through? I surely did. Let's go again. We want him to be tight. Better. Oh, I went through the wrong hole. Are you serious? Oh well, it'll be cute. It'll be cute with our little, there we go. Let's pop this guy back in where he belongs before I lose him. Now let's tie. I was gonna just tie a knot, but you know what we could do? Let's tie a, can we do a big bow? And I just have it stick out the back. Let's see if we have enough to do that. Oh, we totally do. All right, so let's get our bow. And then this guy's gonna live up here. Let's get our bird on. This is thicker paper, so I'm gonna go out of the way. I'm gonna use the art glitter glue on this. So art glitter glue, it doesn't have glitter in it. That's the name of the company. And it is one of the best glues for junk journaling, in my opinion. A lot of people use it. It holds really well and it dries really fast. But you don't have to have this. You can use school glue. For a long time I used Eileen's tacky glue. But I like this. It's just fluid enough that it spreads really easy. And as long as you don't have like super thin paper, you don't see the, you know how sometimes you get the texture lines on the top? Let's see if that'll glue down there. If not, we can add a little bit more after it starts to dry. Now, before we put this on, is that dry? Yeah, before we put this on, let's do our shading behind our bird. We want a little bit of something coming out of here. It's not very dark, but that's okay because we're gonna gently create some contrast, and then we can darken up closer to the edges. We don't want it super like super dark. You can do the whole bird if you want. You can do just the flowers. Do it in layers here. Lighter touch will give you softer lines. Let's see what color this is. Yeah, it's a plum. Just add a little in there. Why not? We do what we want. All right. This is feeling a little too white for me, so I'm gonna just add a little bit more ink on there. Just a touch, not a lot. A little more than that, because I don't know that I'm getting anything here. But not much. There we go. Let's just push back some of that white in the background. There. I like that better. I do feel like we need to go darker here. Let's just do a little bit of dark. For this type of thing, what I really like is my water reactive graphite pencil, but I bought that at Hobby Lobby, so we're not using it on Thrifty Thursday. There we go. Better. All right. Let's pop this guy down. You know what I'm going to use? This is the 3-in-1. Really good goopy glue. But it bubbles out of the tip because my thing's almost empty. So it's kind of a pain to work with. Come on. And it's really sticky. Come on, man. I really just need to buy another bottle. Here he comes. Come on, buddy. Get a good amount on there. And let's pop this fella down. Where do we want it? Right there. Right there. We'll trim that here in just a second. Hold down, little buddy. I like the little thing in the background, the little bow. He's cute. He's cute. All right, where we want to trim him, right about there. Whoops. There we go. That's a little longer than the other side, but no worries. Got a good amount of glue in there. That's going to hold just fine. This guy back on. And our last little step is going to be to take one of our envelopes. Let that dry for a minute before I start popping things around, but it should fit in there just fine. Yeah, see? Plenty of room. All right, we're going to take our little envelope and we're going to grunge it up a little. This envelope's going to go with this bird. You could even add a little flower to your envelope. You could do a sticker. Do any number of things to make it cute. We're just going to go simple and ink up the envelope a little bit. That goes with it. And then I'll show you. Ooh, got a little excited there with my inking. No worries. No worries at all. This is just another little step that, you know, makes it known that you were thoughtful when making your creation. And I'm going to go like this to do, I don't want it on the inside, but I want this inked as well. So I'm going to do that, and we're going to go like this. There. And now we are inked on the inside as well. I think that's dry enough that we can do a quick double check. So here is your very special greeting card, and it still closes. There you go. Slap a name on that and give it to someone you love, right? All right. Thanks for joining me today on Thrifty Thursday. It's been a fun one, and we made something really fun and pretty and cool and not too long. It was pretty quick. and enjoyable. Hope you guys had a great time. Hope you crafted along. And I will see all you guys next time. Bye.